Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief program. I am your host, Jenny. Today, we kick off with some stormy news. Typhoon Tapah is still looming over Hong Kong, with the number 3 typhoon signal remaining in force. The storm is expected to pass about 200 kilometers southwest of the city on Monday, bringing heavy rains and strong offshore winds. Authorities are monitoring its progress closely, and we might see warnings escalate depending on how fierce Tapah gets. So, stay safe and keep an eye on the weather. Next up, a tricky situation for Hong Kong's digital scene. Regulators are facing hurdles in controlling AI-generated content on social media. With new laws from China demanding clear labels on AI content, experts warn that Hong Kong's small market makes enforcement tough, and overseas tech firms might just steer clear if regulations get too strict. While guidelines encourage compliance, cracking down effectively remains a challenge, but it's clear that tighter rules are necessary to combat misinformation and scams. And finally, good news from the sports front. Hong Kong athletes at the National Games have rediscovered their passion, reuniting with old teammates and gaining international experience. Their participation highlights the importance of community support and could inspire a sports revival back home. With hopes to boost local sports development and nurture young talent, these athletes are definitely setting the stage for a brighter sporting future. Please continue to watch for more details. The South China Morning Post reports on the ongoing impact of Typhoon Tapah, which has prompted the Hong Kong Observatory to maintain the number 3 typhoon signal for the entire Sunday. As the storm intensifies and approaches, the city braces for heavy rains and strong winds, with forecasts indicating that Tapah will pass roughly 200 kilometers southwest of Hong Kong by Monday, bringing gale-force winds and the potential for more severe weather. The authorities continue to monitor the cyclone's trajectory, leaving open the possibility of escalating the storm warning level if conditions worsen, highlighting the city's ongoing vulnerability to these natural phenomena and the importance of preparedness amidst the unpredictable power of nature. Meanwhile, the same publication explores the challenges Hong Kong faces in regulating artificial intelligence-generated content, especially in the wake of China's recent law mandating clear labeling of AI-produced media. Experts point out that Hong Kong's small, open market makes it difficult to enforce such regulations effectively, as many global tech giants might simply withdraw services rather than comply with burdensome rules. While the city's existing guidelines encourage transparency and responsible AI use, critics worry about the practical difficulties of defining AI-generated content and the potential economic repercussions if overseas companies decide to exit the Hong Kong market. The comparison to the EU's comprehensive AI regulation underscores the complexity of balancing technological innovation, legal oversight, and market viability in a rapidly evolving digital landscape. The South China Morning Post also highlights how the upcoming national games have rekindled the competitive spirit among former Hong Kong athletes, many of whom are now serving in disciplined forces like the police. These athletes, driven by a shared passion for sports, have seized the opportunity to reconnect with their past glories through participation in mass events across 19 sports, from dragon boat racing to volleyball. Their stories reveal a deep sense of camaraderie and nostalgia, as they reunite with old teammates and compete alongside new ones, often inspired by the vibrant support they observed during the games in mainland China. The athletes express hope that Hong Kong will foster a stronger sports culture, with more public engagement and investment in nurturing young talent, inspired by the mainland's passionate sports scene and the remarkable public enthusiasm seen during the games. The South China Morning Post vividly depicts Hong Kong's burgeoning potential as a global hub for multi-currency stablecoins, emphasizing the critical importance of first-mover advantage. PwC experts highlight that Hong Kong's open regulatory environment, allowing issuers to peg stablecoins to various fiat currencies, positions the city uniquely to attract international institutions. This multi-currency approach could revolutionize cross-border trade, especially benefiting businesses in the global south by reducing reliance on the US dollar and minimizing foreign exchange risks. With strict yet clear regulations ensuring stability and security, Hong Kong is poised to transform stablecoins from fringe financial tools into central pillars of the city's financial ecosystem, challenging traditional cash-based international trade and establishing itself as a regional digital payments and trade settlement hub. Meanwhile, the South China Morning Post narrates the slow but inevitable transformation of Hong Kong's northern metropolis, where villagers and local businesses grapple with the impending wave of development. Fish farmer Kwok Chiao, who has managed 8 ponds with thousands of fish, faces the heartbreaking reality that his livelihood will vanish as the government plans to convert his land into wetlands and tech hubs. Similarly, residents of villages like Yao Tam Mate Suan, with a history spanning over a century, express a bittersweet mix of understanding and nostalgia, fearing the loss of their close-knit community and ancestral graves. Despite government promises of compensation and protection for recognized indigenous villages, unprotected farmers and villagers feel powerless against the relentless march of urban expansion, highlighting a poignant tension between progress and tradition. In stark contrast, the South China Morning Post shares the inspiring story of Ashanthi Nandika, who successfully lost over 30 kilograms through disciplined, personalized online coaching. Frustrated by failed fad diets and restrictive eating plans, she found a sustainable path by working with Sheikh Nadir Siddiqui, an Indian online fitness trainer. His holistic approach, emphasizing calorie counting, balanced nutrition, and consistent resistance training, helped her transform her health and regain vitality. Nandika's journey not only improved her physical strength and energy but also inspired her family, especially her young daughter, to adopt healthier habits. Her story underscores that with dedication, personalized guidance, and a balanced lifestyle, lasting health transformations are achievable, proving that the path to wellness is rooted in everyday choices and perseverance. The South China Morning Post vividly depicts Hong Kong's remarkable longevity as both a source of pride and a catalyst for societal transformation. With women expected to live up to 88.4 years and men 82.8, Hong Kong boasts the highest life expectancy globally, thanks to affluence, accessible healthcare, social safety nets, and a healthy lifestyle. This demographic triumph, however, brings pressing challenges, including a declining youth population and an aging society where over a third will be over 65 by 2043. The article emphasizes the importance of shifting policies toward primary care, social support, and infrastructure improvements to accommodate an older population that remains vibrant, employed, and capable of contributing meaningfully to society. The narrative underscores the need to view seniors not as burdens but as assets, highlighting the burgeoning silver economy and the cultural shift towards embracing the vitality and potential of older residents. The South China Morning Post's second article offers a lively account of Hong Kong's evolving horse racing scene, blending tradition with innovation. As the new season kicks off, the Jockey Club celebrates a record-breaking year, with over 320 billion Hong Kong dollars in turnover and substantial charitable donations, all while aiming to elevate the sport's global stature. To attract younger audiences and tourists, the club introduces cutting-edge features at Sha Tin Racecourse, including digital displays, virtual rides, AI selfies, and diverse culinary options, all within a 14 billion Hong Kong dollars revitalization plan. While embracing modern entertainment, the club maintains its dedication to excellence in horse racing and seeks to expand its influence into mainland China, forging partnerships and sharing expertise. Amidst this modernization, the article underscores the importance of responsible gambling practices, particularly in protecting vulnerable groups from addiction, emphasizing that the sport's future depends on balancing innovation with social responsibility. China's military parade, as described by the South China Morning Post, vividly showcased a high-tech transformation of its armed forces, signaling a strategic shift towards integrating advanced technologies into warfare. The parade unveiled new branches, information support, military aerospace, and cyberspace forces, highlighting China's focus on space, cyber, and information warfare domains. Analysts interpret these developments as China's effort to build a multi-domain, joint operational force capable of operating seamlessly across different military arenas. The restructuring reflects a response to the revolution in military technology, emphasizing AI, unmanned systems, and integrated combat architectures. While the parade demonstrated China's technological ambitions and strategic modernization, experts remain cautious, questioning how effectively these new forces are integrated into real-world operations. The move signifies China's intent to compete with global powers like the US, especially in space and cyber warfare, marking a pivotal evolution in its military doctrine from Mao's mass army to a sophisticated, technology-driven force. From the South China Morning Post, Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s family members are openly criticizing his role as the U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services, asserting that his leadership poses a serious threat to American health. Kerry Kennedy and Joseph P. Kennedy III have called for his resignation following a heated congressional hearing where Kennedy faced bipartisan scrutiny over his controversial decisions, including revoking COVID-19 vaccine recommendations and dismissing top officials at the CDC. Their statements highlight deep family divisions, with relatives accusing Kennedy of endangering public health through his anti-vaccine stance and radical reforms, which have caused upheaval within federal agencies and alarmed medical professionals across Democratic states. Meanwhile, Cathay Pacific Airlines faced a tense incident at Hong Kong's airport, as reported by the same outlet, when police were called to remove an unruly, intoxicated British passenger from flight CX-255 en route to London. The flight was delayed nearly 2 hours after the passenger's disruptive behavior, which included babbling and refusing to cooperate, prompted the captain to offload him for safety reasons. Police intervened, escorting the unruly traveler off the plane and transporting him to the hospital. This episode echoes a pattern of similar incidents, where disruptive passengers under the influence have led to flight diversions and blacklisting, underscoring the importance of strict safety protocols and legal consequences for unruly behavior on airlines. Finally, Hong Kong's local football team is gearing up for the King's Cup match against Fiji, as detailed in the South China Morning Post. Defender Leon Jones emphasizes the significance of this game as a stepping stone toward the AFC Asian Cup qualifiers, especially after recent setbacks like a 2-1 defeat to Iraq and a string of poor results in regional tournaments. Jones, who recently signed with Eastern District after a stint with Kit Chi, highlights the team's efforts to improve and build confidence through these matches. Coach Ashley Westwood stresses the importance of neutralizing Fiji's possession-based style and maintaining a serious approach, aiming to leverage this game to boost Hong Kong's morale and prepare for upcoming crucial qualifiers against Bangladesh. The team's evolving depth and renewed focus suggest a determined push to turn recent disappointments into future successes. South China Morning Post reports that Hong Kong authorities recently cracked down on a fraud syndicate involved in selling counterfeit concert tickets for high-profile events featuring G-Dragon and Jay Chou. The police arrested 12 individuals, many with backgrounds linked to triads, who operated through a highly organized division of labor, posting ads on social media, conducting face-to-face transactions, and even showing fake official purchase records to deceive buyers. The scam exploited the public's eagerness for live performances at Kai Tak Sports Park, where tickets had become so scarce that victims often only realized their passes were fake when turned away at the venue entrance. The counterfeit tickets, of high quality and difficult to distinguish from genuine ones, underscored the importance of purchasing only through official channels and using police tools like the Scameter app to verify suspicious accounts. Meanwhile, the South China Morning Post also highlights Hong Kong's ongoing efforts to regulate illegal building works, with one homeowner in Red Hill Peninsula fined 150,000 Hong Kong dollars for constructing unauthorized structures such as a trellis and swimming pool without prior approval. This case marks the 12th conviction in a crackdown that uncovered illegal modifications in numerous luxury homes, especially after a major landslide in 2023 exposed widespread illegal encroachments on public land. The government plans to tighten laws further, proposing hefty fines and jail time for owners who knowingly or severely violate building regulations, aiming to deter illegal constructions that threaten safety and land use integrity. The crackdown reflects a broader initiative to uphold urban planning standards and prevent dangerous unauthorized developments in affluent communities. Lastly, South China Morning Post reports that Hong Kong's property market is experiencing a resurgence, with eager buyers snapping up units at Swire Properties' Headland residence in Chai Wan during its first day of sales. Nearly half of the 180 units sold quickly, with prices ranging from 6.4 million Hong Kong dollars to 20.2 million Hong Kong dollars, reflecting confidence in the local market amid expectations of interest rate cuts in the US and positive policy signals from Hong Kong. Despite its somewhat less accessible location and surrounding industrial landscape, the project's high quality and reasonable pricing have attracted strong interest, signaling that the market may have bottomed out after recent declines. The overall housing market continues to show resilience, with sales volume remaining high and prices inching upward, supported by sustained demand for both new developments and existing homes, indicating a promising outlook for Hong Kong's real estate sector. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Scrolling through the headlines, another crazy day. 6 degrees of stories, connecting in a way. From the weather to the sports, and everything we see. People making news on TV screens for free. 6 degree world, where the news comes in a whirl. Every story ties together like a ribbon in a twirl. Sit back and watch it all, big and small they call. From city lights to countryside, we're connected after all. A laugh, a cry, a sigh, news is flying high. From city lights to countryside, we're connected